Part 9. The Sweetness of the 70s. Author, Chi Sing Cao. Chapter 83. Chapter 83 Meritorious Service on the First Day, Monthly Ticket 160 plus. He Tian is very confident in her craftsmanship. Haha, practice makes perfect. He Tian smiled and said, after you do it a few times, you will get good at it. It doesn't matter. I have already done it. You can just pluck the chicken feathers from the side and I will clean the internal organs. The two of them divided the work, and it only took less than half an hour, but they had already completely cleaned it up. Now that the weather is getting cold, Director Zhao put the dough containing the primer on the large pot and started to heat it to speed up the fermentation. This is a technical job, and most people really don't know how to do it. Director Zhao's family used to be in the steamed bun business. With such skills, the steamed buns were made quickly and delicious, so he has been responsible for steaming steamed buns in the village canteen. After making the dough, it's time to start making steamed buns. The large pot was filled with water, and firewood was burning underneath. Big flames shot out from the bottom of the pot from time to time. There was a whole big basin of noodles, bulging like a drum. I opened the cage cloth and peeled some off on the chopping board. He Tian and Chi Xiaoyan knew how to do this. The three of them kneaded the dough together and kneaded it into fist-sized dough. The three of them kept moving and moved very fast. Zhao Dejiao originally thought that He Tian was a city girl and couldn't make steamed buns, but now he saw that He Tian could cook better than Chi Xiaoyan, and he was very happy. The more He Tian does, the lighter she becomes. This is why rural people like to work with hard-working people. Don't be lazy, finish it early and take a break. The dough balls as big as fists are on the chopping board, chubby, soft, and very cute, taking shape from the hands of three people. A large steamer with a diameter of 1 meter and 2 meters had been placed on the pot. Seeing that there were dozens of them on the table, Zhao Dejiao began to put them into the steamer. He Tian over there, Chi Xiaoyan's speed increased, and she could actually keep up with Zhao Dejiao's speed of putting it into the pot. It took less than an hour to knead a large basin of dough and put it into the steamer. Zhao Dejiao had already counted the quantity just now. This time, there were 132 men and 21 women who came to work. Men's steamed buns are larger and women's steamed buns are smaller. 2 steamed buns per person, no more, no less. Zhao Dejiao was watching the fire here, and then started to chop chicken on the cutting board. He Tian and Chi Xiaoyan carried a large basket of radishes and cabbage to the stream to wash. By the time He Tian, Chi Xiaoyan and the others came back, Zhao Dejiao's buns had been steamed, placed in 3 large baskets on the side, and covered with clean cloths. There are 2 remaining pots, one for cooking wild vegetable and egg soup, and one for stir-frying. After about half an hour, the vegetables were finally cooked. The 2 chickens were cut into 160 pieces by Zhao Dejiao, neither big nor small, and everyone could get a small piece. Although there is less meat, because these 2 pheasants are fatter and have a lot of oil, they are stewed with cabbage and radish, and the taste is much better than pure radish and cabbage. There is also a large pot of fungus and egg soup on the side, which is much better than eating at home. Although the steamed buns are thick, Zhao Dejiao is very good at making steamed buns, and the steamed buns he makes are particularly chewy. After working hard for several hours, I finally prepared meals for more than 100 people. The work was not light, but it was a little cleaner than working in the river. Chi Xiaoyan went to her father and told him that the meal was ready. Village Chief Chi looked up at the sky and saw that it was time for lunch, so he asked everyone to stop, wash their hands, and go eat. Everyone took out their own bowls, chopsticks, and some lunch boxes, and queued up to get rice. When everyone saw that there was a piece of meat in the radish and cabbage in the pot, they were very surprised. The second captain Chi Shuming laughed and asked, "The commune is so generous this year. They actually gave me meat on the first day. While serving food to everyone, Zhao Dejiao said, "It's from the commune." Xiao Yan and Tian Tian went to the woods to find firewood, caught 2 pheasants, and picked up a dozen pheasants. They saw everyone working. "I'm tired, so I'll contribute it to everyone. After eating the meat, you have to work hard." Chi Xiao Yan was serving steamed buns on the side, and He Tian Tian was responsible for serving soup for everyone. When everyone heard that today's chicken was contributed by He Tian Tian and Chi Xiao Yan, they all praised He Tian Tian and felt grateful. Seeing everyone like this, He Tian Tian felt happy, and finally her efforts were not in vain. Eating fragrant chicken stewed with radish and cabbage, drinking fungus and egg soup, and eating chewy steamed buns, the high-intensity fatigue in the morning is nothing. The only educated youths who came this time were He Tian Tian, Wang Lei, Zhang Qingshan, Sister Wu, and Ye Xiaofan. Lin Xiru and Huang Jingli usually work slowly, so they were not allowed to come this time. Although there is no need to work hard, there is no money or food. But Lin Xiru was eager to come, and she didn't want to do dirty and tiring work. As for Li Mingkai, he was also excluded. "Tian Tian, Xiao Yan, come here to eat." Sister Wu greeted He Tian Tian and Chi Xiao Yan and asked them to come over and eat. The 3 of them who were in charge of cooking started eating after sharing the food with others. The previous few educated youths were very particular and took a long time to wash themselves, so they were last in line and had dinner with He Tian Tian and Chi Xiao Yan. He Tian Tian and Chi Xiao Yan came together with bowls and steamed buns. Wang Lei gave the chicken to Sister Wu, and Sister Wu gave the chicken to Wang Lei, giving it back and forth. The same goes for Zhang Qingshan and Ye Xiaofan over there. "You guys, each have their own things to eat, and you still have something to do in the afternoon." He Tian Tian smiled and said, "These 2 couples are very loving, and I really hope they can grow old together." "That's right. Anyway, the food is enough, and it's very fragrant. There's oil and water, so don't give in." "We feel sour after seeing it," Chi Xiao Yan said with a smile. Following He Tian Tian, she also chatted with the educated youths. "Get closer." The 4 of them were too embarrassed to give in and ate their own meals. Hiccup. Wang Lei burped, "Tian Tian, Xiao Yan, the food you cook is so delicious. If I could eat such delicious food every day and be full, I would rather eat it every day." Work. "Haha, I was lucky today, but I may not have such good luck tomorrow." He Tian Tian sighed. She wanted to eat it too, but the Snake King had to practice, so she couldn't disturb the Snake King every day. "Sister Tian Tian, when we were washing vegetables just now, we saw fish in the creek. Tomorrow we will bring the fishing net, maybe we can catch the fish." "Let's bring some more ginger and make fish soup," Chi Xiao Yan said. "Fish soup very nutritious too. We haven't gone into the water today. There are a lot of aquatic plants at the bottom of the river, and there are definitely fish in them. Tomorrow we go into the water and touch it." "It would be better if we can touch fish," Zhang Qingshan said, "as long as there is something to eat now, be tired. It doesn't matter if it's colder." "Yes, go back and find a few baskets, put earthworms in them, and maybe you can catch eels and loaches," Wang Lei said, and he knew that he had done this before. "Even a snake can make soup," Zhang Qingshan added. His family is from the south, where people like to eat snake soup. There are still 180 plus at 4 p.m. Thank you all for your votes. Today is the 3rd, and the double monthly ticket is about to end. It ranked 3rd on the new book hot list, and is about to be overtaken by 4th place. I urge everyone who still has votes to vote as soon as possible. Thank you for the 7th update today. The Sweetness of the 70s. Author, Chi Xing Cao. Chapter 84. Chapter 84 Envy, Jealousy, monthly ticket 180 plus. After He Tian Tian heard this, he almost threw away the bowl in his hand. Zhang Qingshan said in front of the good Snake King that it seemed not good to eat its offspring. He quickly comforted the Snake King in the barrier. "Snake King, don't be angry. Zhang Qingshan is very hungry. He didn't mean to say that he wanted to eat your kind." "Humph," the Snake King snorted contemptuously, "you low-level humans just eat these despicable snakes. I am a spiritual snake, not the same kind as them." "Haha, that's good, that's good." Tian felt relieved. As long as it wasn't protected by the Snake King, it could be eaten. After eating and resting for half an hour at noon, Village Chief Chi began to lead people down to the river to work. Before leaving, he praised Zhao Dejiao, He Tian and Qi Xiao Yan. And just let them do some light work on the shore after cleaning up. After having a good meal at noon, everyone felt strong enough to work in the afternoon. In the evening, they actually completed 150 meters, exceeding the target. When we returned to the village in the evening, it was already dark. Everyone was tired after a long day, so everyone went back to their homes to look for their mothers. Grandma Chi-san had already prepared the paste and fried potatoes. He Tian ate some, talked to Grandma Chi-san for a while, and then went back to sleep. After the villagers returned, they said they had eaten chicken while working. While praising He Tian and Qi Xiao Yan for their generosity, Lin Xiru and Huang Jingli in the educated youth spot secretly regretted it. "If I had known there would be delicious food, we would have gone to work," Lin Xiru said unhappily. She had not eaten meat for a long time. Huang Jingli lowered her head, curled her lips, and said to herself, "If you want to go, if you don't know how to work, they won't let you go." Huang Jingli is self-aware that she is indeed not as good as others at work, and she is not very popular and cannot arrange light work, so she is not jealous. "Okay, let's save some food and not go hungry," Huang Jingli said. "Didn't you see that after Wang Lei, Zhang Qingshan, Sister Wu and Ye Xiaofan came back, they could hardly lift their legs. Those jobs were very heavy. If we can't do it, don't embarrass yourself." Lin Xiru also knew that what Huang Jingli said was true, but she felt uncomfortable. Why could He Tian do light work but others couldn't? It's so unfair, she wants to prosecute. However, Huang Jingli cannot know about this, only she knows about it. Now that there is no ox cart to go to the county seat, Lin Xiru can't deliver the letter in person, so Lin Xiru has to suppress this idea for the time being. Early the next morning, Qi Xiao Yan brought several baskets from home and asked Zhang Qingshan and Wang Lei to put them down. Sure enough, when the two of them heard that there were 5 baskets, their eyes lit up. They hurriedly dug up a few earthworms with shovels, killed them and put them into the baskets. They took them to the bottom of the river and found a few more suitable ones. The position was put down. There is a circle of barbs at the entrance of this basket. Once eels, loaches, or fish get in, they cannot get out. Qi Xiao Yan also brought a small piece of fishing net with him, and when he and He Tian were washing potatoes, they put it in the stream. In just a short while, they were able to catch 1 or 2 kilograms of fish. This is because these fish are very small and there are not many of them, so there are not enough for making soup. "Xiao Yaner, you are helping Director Zhao. Let me take a look here. Can I still say that I caught a fish?" He Tian arranged, "and another 4 or 5 kilograms is probably enough." After Qi Xiao Yan returned, she talked to Director Zhao, and Director Zhao agreed, letting He Tian catch the fish without any worries, and she would not be allowed to interfere with the steamed buns and cooking here. There is still a lot of firewood. There is no need to chop firewood today. We only need to steam buns and stir-fry vegetables, which is enough for 2 people. He Tian stared at the stream intently, and it took him an hour to catch more than 1 kilogram. Including the previous ones, the total was less than 3 kilograms. "Director Zhao, look at this basket, there's only so much in it, it's probably not enough." He Tian was embarrassed. After working all morning, he got so much, it wasn't enough to eat. Director Zhao looked at it, thought for a moment and said, Then just cook the mixed fish soup, a small spoonful for each person, dip it in the steamed buns and eat it, it is probably enough. At this moment, Wang Lei and Zhang Qingshan came over carrying a few heavy baskets, and said with a smile, "Director Zhao, Xiao Yan brought a few baskets, we went down to the river, and just took them up to take a look, the noodles were actually caught. A lot, see if it's enough." Wang Lei was quick with his hands and feet and poured out the contents of the basket. There were not only crayfish, but also many small fish, as well as more than a dozen eels, 2 snakes, and many small loaches. They were all sorted out in 5 baskets, a whole bucket. Director Zhao was in a good mood after seeing so much and said, "The loaches have mud in their stomachs, so we can't cook them today. We'll save them for vomiting up the mud in their stomachs before eating them. Throw away these 2 snakes, we don't eat them here today. I'm going to make fish soup, stir-fried eels, and fried potatoes. There are both meat and vegetables, and the portions are generous." When Zhang Qingshan heard that Director Zhao was going to throw away the snake, he quickly said, "Director Zhao, if you don't want it, can you give it to me? We like to eat snake meat over there." "Okay, you can take it." Director Zhao would not let go of this favor. They wouldn't eat it anyway, so there was no use keeping it. Zhang Qingshan found 2 bamboo tubes, put 2 water snakes in them, and took them back to eat meat in the evening. "You continue to dig up earthworms and put them in the basket to see if you can catch more. If there are more, you can make more tomorrow." Director Zhao explained that there is meat and fish every day, and everyone can eat something good and work. More energy. "Yes, Director Zhao, I want to go to the village to get a few more baskets after I go back in the evening. Looking at the situation just now, there are a lot of fish and shrimps in the water. I don't know why there are so many here. Why is no one fishing?" Zhang Qingshan said with a smile, "Young people have big appetites, and they still feel empty after just eating, making them very easy to get hungry." After hearing this, Director Zhao said, "You don't need to bother me. I'll go back and look for it tonight. Everyone is happy to be able to eat meat. This is something raised in the river and has no owner. The commune didn't care about it in the past. It would be even better if Director Zhao comes forward." Director Zhao started frying potatoes, while He Tian and Qi Xiaoyan carried the bucket and knife to the creek to clean up these things. It was still 1 hour before it was time to eat, so they had to do it as soon as possible. There were not many small fish, so He Tian asked Qi Xiaoyan to clean them up. After they were done, he sent them to Director Zhao and asked her to make small fish soup. He Tian continued to clean up the eels by the creek. These tasks were child's play for her, especially after Qi Xiaoyan left, her speed became faster. By the time Qi Xiaoyan came back to help, He Tian had already cleaned up to the last item. "Sister Tian, you are moving too fast. Have you cleaned the inside?" Qi Xiaoyan asked curiously, not believing her eyes. If she was allowed to do it, she might not be able to do it in half an hour. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. The Sweetness of the Seventies. Author, Chi Sing Cao. Chapter 85. Chapter 85 Advanced Model Title, Monthly Ticket 200 Plus. He Tian is used to being surprised by others. But it's no wonder that He Tian's appearance and temperament are so delicate and loved by others, which is in sharp contrast with her quickness in doing things. He Tian didn't raise her head and continued working on her hands, saying, "It's not washed yet, you can wash it again." Qi Xiaoyan was still surprised. While washing, she said, "I can't believe you are so fast. No wonder my parents praised you for being a good, diligent, and quick girl." Qi Xiaoyan's compliment made He Tian feel happy. "Okay, you're not bad. Once it's done, let's go and see what Director Zhao does," He Tian said, taking the lead and turning back with the basin. Director Zhao has already prepared the stewed fish soup. Each person takes a spoonful and eats it with the steamed buns. He smells the aroma and finds it delicious. The potato slices are also fried and fill a large bowl. This thing is enough, and Director Zhao's craftsmanship is good, and it tastes good. Director Zhao carefully looked at these eels and cut them into 5 cm long pieces. It was estimated that each person could get 2 small pieces. Today, Director Zhao prepared a lot of red peppers and left half a pound of oil. There were also minced onions and ginger on the table, as well as a lot of garlic foam. The pot is hot. After pouring the oil, add the meat, onions, ginger, garlic, and pepper and stir-fry. Pour the sliced eel into the big pot. With a stab sound, stir-fry over high heat. Director Zhao holds it like a small shovel. Standing beside the pot with a spatula, he stir-fried quickly. After a while, a rich aroma came out of the pot. He Tian was making a fire, and Qi Xiaoyan swallowed. Hurry up and wash the basin, dry it, and put it in the basin later, Zhao Dejiao said quickly. He only brought so many things, so he had to be more diligent. He Tian went to brush it. The brushing was done here, and the stir-fried eel over there was about to be cooked. Director Zhao thought of the lunch boxes, bowls, vegetables, and fish soup everyone had brought, and estimated that there would be no room to hold the eel, so he told He Tian and Qi Xiaoyan to break open the steamed buns and put a piece of eel in each steamed bun when they were preparing rice later. When it was time to eat at noon, Village Chief Qi and the villagers were very surprised. Today's food was better than yesterday. There were also 2 meat dishes, 2 steamed buns and fried potatoes. They were full and fragrant. Director Zhao, He Tian, and Qi Xiaoyan were praised by everyone, and their work was fully affirmed. Village Chief Qi ate happily and praised, "You have done a good job. Let's continue tomorrow." In the morning, I saw Xiaoyan taking a few baskets from home. I thought I couldn't get it, but I didn't expect to get a lot. Is there anything else I need? Although try to make the food as delicious as possible. If everyone eats well, they will have more strength and work faster. In the afternoon, everyone is still talking about the meals for the past 2 days. The efficiency of work has indeed improved a lot. I actually worked 180 meters, which is 30 meters more than yesterday. When work was about to end, Zhang Qingshan and Wang Lei caught a lot of eels, shrimps, and small fish. Director Zhao put everything that could be eaten tomorrow in the barrel. As for the snakes in it, he gave them all to Zhang Qingshan. After Wang Lei and Zhang Qingshan found a place to put the baskets in, they returned to Kijia village with a few fat snakes. Zhang Qingshan's craftsmanship is very good. It is really not easy to make a delicious snake soup despite the lack of oil and salt. Ye Xiaofan and Zhang Qingshan live in the same place, so there is no obstacle to eating this. Wang Lei and Sister Wu didn't dare to eat it at first, but seeing Zhang Qingshan and Ye Xiaofan eating so deliciously and sweating profusely, they couldn't help but try it, and after a few bites, they fell in love with this delicious food. Tell me to get some more to eat tomorrow. Ye Xiaofan gave some to Huang Jingli and Lin Xiru, but Lin Xiru disliked it and refused directly. Who would eat such disgusting things? Ye Xiaofan was so angry that he decided never to give them food again. As for Li Mingkai, he retched when he saw the snake meat. Don't know what is good and what is bad. If you don't eat, you'll fall down. Don't look at the reactions of Lin Xiru, Huang Jingli, and Li Mingkai. If it were an era of starvation, it would not be unusual to eat any kind of meat, let alone snake meat. When they go to work again, the villagers bring an extra bowl. If there is something delicious at noon, you can save some and bring some to the children at home to enjoy their mouths. When he arrived at the construction site, Zhang Qingshan went to the river to get the baskets out. There were more baskets than yesterday. After cleaning out the contents, Zhang Qingshan and Wang Lei continued to hold the original baskets and put the earthworms in the 10 baskets brought today. They found a place to put them down, and they got up near noon and worked together. People from other villages have already followed suit, trying to catch more, lest people from other villages catch them all, and there will be no such good food. At noon, today there is not only fresh fish soup, fried radish, but also half a bowl of stir-fried eel. In fact, there is small fish soup and fried radish, which is enough to eat. Many people choose to take the fried eel home and give it to their families to try. There were 10 more baskets, and together with the previous ones, there were 15, and more things were caught. There was no time to clean up, so I took the basket directly back to the village for cleaning. There were 2 barrels in total, and they were cleaned in front of everyone. Director Zhao would not leave anyone a clue about this kind of thing. The meals these days have been very good and everyone is very satisfied. Children at home can also eat a small portion to satisfy their cravings. Village Chief Chi, several other village cotters, and villagers announced in public that they would give Zhao Dejiao, He Tian Tian, Chi Xiao Yan, Wang Lei, and Zhang Qingshan the honorable title of Advanced Model this year. People from the commune who came to inspect saw the progress in Kijia village and praised them all the time. Village Chief Chi, the spirit of your village is good. Director Chen personally shook hands with Village Chief Chi and encouraged him. Village Chief Chi said modestly, Director Chen has led well. It's noon, so let's eat something here. We caught fish and loaches in the river and cooked them. It tastes pretty good. When it was time to eat, Director Chen stopped refusing and said, then I'll eat at your place today. I'll give you the food stamps later. At this time, when cotters go to the countryside, they have to pay for food and accommodation. No one dares to embezzle or bully the people. Director Zhao got the news and made a temporary table with a chopping board for kneading dough, a bowl of small fish soup, a large bowl of loach stewed with tofu, and a vinegar cabbage. As for the eel, keep the one we caught yesterday and cook it together tomorrow. You can share a large spoonful with each person, which will probably make a bowl. Director Chen was very surprised when he saw the food on the table and asked, oh, the food here is good. Are all the fish and loaches here caught in the river? At this time, everything belongs to the state. It's not just about catching fish, it's also about hunting. If it's private, you can only do it secretly. As long as no one reports it, it'll be fine. If it is a collective behavior, then it can be done openly, as the people want it. Monthly tickets for 200 plus will be given with additional bonuses. Rolling for monthly tickets, subscription. Double monthly pass. The Sweetness of the 70s. Author, Chi Xing Cao. Chapter 86. So when Director Chen saw the food in Kijia village, he didn't make a fuss about them catching fish. They were all ownerless things and nothing. It's just that he has been patrolling around the river canals since the first day he visited the river. The food in other villages was only what the commune distributed, and he did not see any aquatic products such as fish, loaches, or eels. He asked the village chiefs of other villages. They said it was strange this year. They couldn't catch a single fish. They didn't know if there were big fish in the river that ate all the small fish. I didn't see fish in other places, but I saw a lot of wild ones in this section of Kijia village, so it was very strange. They are all fished from the water while working. Since they are fished, they cannot be thrown away. There is no oil or water in our stomachs. If we cook fish for everyone, we will have the strength to work. Look, Director Chen, we have completed 700 meters, and we will complete half of it tomorrow morning. This is the 6th day. If you don't want to give it to our village this year, you have to give it to our village secretary. Chi laughed and said to Director Chen. Just kidding, he is proud of himself. There are not many people in their village, but they work very quickly. This year, their Kijia village has been in the limelight in the commune. Every time there is a meeting, it is the leading village in the commune. Secretary Chen laughed and immediately expressed his position, If you complete the task ahead of schedule, this year's progress will be given to your village. However, the river work is related to next year's irrigation, which is a top priority. You can't be careless, let alone for the sake of progress. Ignoring the quality of the river work. When Village Chief Chi heard this, he became anxious and said, "Director Chen, others don't know my temper, and you don't know it yet. Why do I cut corners? You looked at the finished work this morning and checked carefully. There is absolutely nothing wrong with it, sloppy. If there was, I would dare to issue a military order and come to see you." Haha, don't worry, I'm just reminding you, seeing that there was no one else around except his two cronies. Village Chief Chi, Director Chen whispered, "I really don't mean anything else by saying that. I want to remind you something. Someone reported you in your village last time, which shows that someone wants to mess with you, so no matter what you do, don't be careless." Village Chief Chi sighed and said, "Hey, I don't know who reported me, saying that I escorted the old man to the village. I don't know what other people's villages are like. There are 7 people in our village, and none of them is idle. Those who can move work in the fields, and those who cannot move are very diligent in handling fodder. They have deeply realized their mistakes and have corrected them. This is not nonsense, this is in front of others. Everyone in the village agrees. Besides, I behave upright and sit upright, so I'm not afraid of those villains." Village Chief Chi had suspicions in his heart, maybe it was those people. But after all, there is no evidence and it has never been certain. Haha, it's best if you think so. You should be more serious about your work in the future. You are right. Even if someone reports it, the higher UPS will send people to investigate and they will still clear your name. Director Chen comforted him. He still valued Chi Dazu. Doing things very steadily, Kijia village has always been at the forefront of the county. During the rush harvest some time ago, not a single grain of grain got wet or wasted. It also made Kijia village shine at the commune's autumn harvest commendation conference. The public grains delivered are also full and of the highest quality. When Village Chief Chi saw that Director Chen wanted to remind him, he asked cautiously, "Director Chen, do you know who reported me? Although Zhou Hai is a ruthless person, I, the village party secretary, have nothing to do with him. They would come to our village for no reason. That day I had a few words with Zhou Hai, as if he knew the person who reported me, which made me feel uncomfortable." Secretary Chen pondered for a moment, then thought about it and said, "Zhu Haihei has nothing to do with you, but he is responsible for this work. If there is no target for re-education, he is just a decoration, so wherever there is a letter of prosecution, he will go. There is no intention to target you. The root cause is the prosecution letter. You should go back and think carefully about who is prosecuting you. However, your guess may be correct. There are not even 3 or 2. My friend, maybe the person who reported you knows Zhou Hai." Seeing that he couldn't find any other useful information, Village Chief Chi stopped asking and invited Director Chen and 2 other staff members in the commune to eat. "These are steamed buns made by Comrade Zhao, the women director of our Kijia village. This skill, it's amazing and the cooking tastes great. Then you should try it." Director Chen and the other 2 staff members had been hungry for a long time. Seeing what Village Chief Chi said, they started to feast. "It's delicious, not bad," Director Chen praised, ate 2 big steamed buns and a lot of tofu stewed with loach. "I also ate a lot of vinegar cabbage, which was very appetizing." In just a short while, Director Chen and the staff had already finished their meal. He burped and said, "It tastes good. If people in other villages can eat food like this, maybe they can work faster. It can be so fast." "Yes, it tastes really good," another staff member agreed. "There are no fish in other river sections, so they probably all come to you." Village Chief Chi smiled modestly and said, "I don't know either. I just put down a few baskets and caught some fish and shrimps. If everyone eats well, they will work better and build a better life." "Ah. Yes, What Lao Chi said is good. I will work harder in the future. I have checked the work in your village in the morning, which is good. We are going to other places in the afternoon. Xiao Lu, give the food stamps and money to village chief. Chi Director Chen said, he has other villages to visit and cannot stay here. Not every village is so worry-free. Some villages are just lame, lagging behind in everything, and being more proactive than anyone else when asking for things. Director Chen, you are too polite, no need. Village Chief Chi quickly refused, embarrassed to ask for the leader's food stamps and money. Director Chen said with a fierce face, Old Chi, we know you have good intentions, but we are cadres of the unit, and we cannot make mistakes knowingly. You don't want our money and food stamps, just to let us make mistakes. Village Chief Chi had no choice but to accept it, which was 50 cents per person and 40 taels of food stamps. The staff member named Xiao Lu gave Village Chief Chi 150 cents, which was 40 taels of food stamps per caddy. He Tian has a keen sense of spirituality. After hearing the conversation here, he had to admire the current officials. They are so honest. If those village chiefs who were greedy for petty gains would have kept it themselves, Village Chief Chi's family did not lack these things, and he did not want to let these things fall into the hands of the people, so he gave these things to accountant Chi Shulai in front of everyone, asking him to. Chi Shulai kept accounts and became the common property of the village. Please give me a monthly ticket and subscribe. There will be an update at 10 o'clock, so be sure to check it out. The Sweetness of the Seventies. Author, Chi Sing Cao. Chapter 87. When work was over, Village Chief Chi told everyone about Director Chen's praise. The villagers were very happy and thought that their work had been affirmed. With the praise of Director Chen of the commune, the enthusiasm of the villagers was mobilized again, shouting slogans and working together. The villagers also discovered that there were many fish in the water in the section of the river they were responsible for, but not in other places. What was caught at noon was enough to make lunch. Everyone caught fish and took them home to eat meat for their families. The Kijia village project has completed 1,700 meters, and there are still 300 meters left to complete the task. This is the 11th day in Kijia village. If it is completed tomorrow, and 2 more days of inspection are used, it is estimated that it can be completed in 14 days, 6 days ahead of schedule. If you complete it early, you will not only get rewards, but also start the cat winter, and you will be fined for the whole winter. Coming early in the morning, everyone was in high spirits and vying to be first. Just as everyone was rushing to work, they heard someone from Hujia village in the next village shouting in panic, "People are dead, people are dead." It's very tiring to walk along the river, but the people who come here are all young and middle-aged people, and they won't die because of fatigue or the cold water. The people in Hujiakan quickly carried the strong man, who was covered in black aura, to the shore. Others stopped working and came to check on him. Go and ask the doctor quickly. The village party secretary of Hujia village immediately said to a young man next to him, "There are bicycles over there, ride faster." "Yes, village chief." The young man ran away to ask for a doctor. "I'm worried that if I wait too long, my distant cousin will die." Just as everyone was surrounding the fainted man, someone shouted again, "Someone fainted, someone fainted." After being carried up with all hands and feet, he was put together with the big man from before. They were both covered in black and had no other wounds, but they were unconscious. This one was in his 20s and the other was in his 40s. They were both in good health before, but they suddenly fainted. It was definitely not something that a barefoot doctor could treat. Secretary Hu immediately asked people to send the 2 people to the commune hospital. He also asked people to seal off the place where the 2 people had fainted just now, braving the black water to prevent anyone from approaching them. Everything will be reported to the organization and directed by the leader. If it was just a simple injury, Secretary Hu could make the decision, but now there were 2 people at stake, and he didn't dare to make any decisions. After being loaded onto the bullock cart, he was rushed to the commune hospital. Other villagers did not dare to go into the water and stood on the shore waiting for people from the commune to deal with the matter. Village Chief Chi also went over to take a look. After he came back, he told everyone to be careful. If there is black water or strange places in the water, come up immediately and stop working in the water. He Tian was puzzled. When she was working on the river in her previous life, she had never heard of such a thing happening in Hujiakan. What has actually happened? He Tian, who was washing vegetables, said silently in her heart, Gilug, Gilug, please ask the Snake King for help. The Snake King, who was intoxicated in his cultivation, opened his small mung-bean eyes in the barrier and asked lazily, what do you want me to do at this time? Didn't I already get this piece of fish and shrimp in the river for you, not enough to eat? He Tian was stunned and asked, this, so it turns out you did all of this, Snake King. He Tian couldn't believe it. She heard Director Chen and Secretary Chi say before that there were no fish and shrimps in other river sections, but they only had them here. She still didn't believe it. Now the Snake King spoke, and he Tian believed it. What do you think? Just because it doesn't say it doesn't mean it doesn't do it. He Tian is very thin, and it hopes he Tian can gain weight. After it replenishes the holy blood, it will feel less guilty. Thank you, King Snake, he Tian said gratefully. King Snake was so kind to her. She didn't know how to repay King Snake. It's no use thanking you. Come on, tell me, what's the matter? King Snake received he Tianation's thanks, and his heart was filled with joy, but his face showed a very impatient look, and he really needed a beating. However, he Tian was in a good mood and didn't care about Snake King's arrogant attitude. In fact, from this point of view, Snake King was still very cute. We're fine here. It's the village next door. While they were working, two people suddenly fainted and were completely black. I don't know what happened. There was a place in the river where black water came out. Fortunately, they were downstream. If it's upstream, our village will also be in trouble. Snake King, you have great powers, do you know what's going on? He Tian explained, and at the same time, he flattered the Snake King without leaving any trace. After hearing this, the Snake King closed Mungbean's cold little eyes, released his consciousness, and felt carefully according to the direction he Tian said. After a while, the Snake King opened his eyes. How's it going? He Tian asked hurriedly. She always felt that something strange happened and felt very nervous. Those two people touched the untouched place, and now they are punished by the stone statue of the river guardian beast. This matter is God's will. I can't help, the Snake King said slowly. It turns out that in the ancient times of this space, it was also the case. There are mythical beasts only because of the ancient wars, countless battles, and the death toll. The number has dropped sharply. Coupled with several geographical changes, the spiritual energy here is thin. Many spiritual beasts have left here, leaving only undeveloped spiritual wisdom. Creature. It was from that time that human beings, forced by changes in the environment, gradually developed intelligence, learned to use tools, make tools, were good at thinking, and gradually became the rulers of this world. Even if those mythical beasts leave this world, the things they have done still leave traces in this place, such as this river that has not dried up for tens of thousands of years. Can there be mythical beasts here? He Tian asked in surprise. The existence of the Snake King opened a door to fantasy and unknown for her. It turned out that besides her original knowledge, there were many other things that she had only known before. You can see the content in mythological novels or mythological TV series. There are no mythical beasts here anymore. There is just a stone statue of a river-suppressing beast left by the mighty power in ancient times. There is a spell on it to protect the river from drying up and flooding, the Snake King replied. In the future, the area is dozens of miles around, so it's probably not going to be very peaceful. This river flows through the entire Darwin County. It has existed for thousands of years after being repaired by generations. It nourishes the fields on both sides of the river and supports hundreds of thousands of local people. Now humans have accidentally triggered the spell and are going to be punished, and not even the Snake King can do anything about it. Now, what's the point? However, He Tian was also puzzled and asked, Snake King, rivers were repaired here before, but nothing like this happened. What is the reason for this? He Tian thought that things might not be as simple as she thought. She didn't have access to these inside stories before, but now that she has the Snake King, she hopes to know more. The second update of the basics, a monthly pass at 12 o'clock is 220 plus. Please give me a monthly ticket and subscribe. Now Kitty and Girls and Yunkai's popularity list are merged, and the monthly tickets for both sides are the same. Readers over at Yunkai, if you have votes, you can vote for Kikai. I will work hard to update and ask for monthly votes. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. The Sweetness of the 70s. Author, Chi Sing Cao. Chapter 88. Chapter 88 Losing the Heart of A, monthly ticket 220 plus. This stupid woman's sympathy is beginning to overflow. The Snake King laughed and sighed once again. He was speechless for this kind little girl He Tian. Now that I have said it, let He Tian understand the truth. Snake King said, this Darwin River flows through the entire Darwin County, nourishing the local people. At the same time, the local people also respect and love this river. In the past, the people here make offerings to the river every day. Those who have money give some good things, and those who don't have money can kowtow by the river and express their gratitude. These are all good for human beings to think and protect the river. Although the stone statue of the mythical beast is just a stone statue, it has been blessed by mantras and has been integrated with the river for thousands of years. The mutual giving between them is the endless cycle of life. Giving to each other is the way to the endless cycle of life. Hearing this, He Tian was shocked. This is a river protected by stone statues of mythical beasts. The local people have always benefited from this river, irrigating the land and satisfying their lives, but they have not shown gratitude, reverence, or offerings to this river as before. It was just a unilateral request without any reward, which made the stone statue of the mythical beast at the bottom of the river angry and wanted to take revenge on the people on both sides of the river. He Tian thought of the severe drought in her previous life, where many people starved to death. Snake King, since you know this, can you help us? In the 7th year of my previous life, there was a severe drought and many people starved to death. I also looked for wild vegetables and fruits everywhere to survive this difficult year. He Tian said with a bitter face, what should we do? Originally it was just a simple drought, but she didn't expect that it also involved the spell on the stone statue of a mythical beast. She was helpless. I can't help, the Snake King refused. These are all things with cause and effect. It was humans who first betrayed the promises and beliefs of their ancestors. The river-guarding beast did not have the full power of faith or merit. Naturally, they want to get angry and show off their power, so that humans will remember the lesson of breaking their promises. The Snake King's rejection was within He Tian's expectation. The Snake King had been watching things that had nothing to do with it. He Tian understood, but she couldn't accept it in her heart. Don't you think you humans are crazy now? You have lost your awe in the world, all things, and the way of nature. This is a very terrible thing. This will liberate your minds, but you will also lose more things. Such as the goodness of human nature, such as morality, ethics. The Snake King sighed, without awe, sooner or later he will embark on the path of madness. This is not something it can change, and it doesn't want to change. As for He Tian Tian, a very kind-hearted little girl, I hope she will think about whether she has such ability before doing anything. He Tian Tian opened her mouth, but was unable to refute what the Snake King said. Yes, human beings have lost their respect for all things in the world and the way of nature. They think that human beings have become the masters of this world. Don't they know that human beings themselves are members of all natural things? If they only know how to take and don't know how to give, then sooner or later there will be something wrong. One day, all human partners will leave and no longer protect human beings. Okay, this is God's will, and God's will cannot be violated, the Snake King said mysteriously. What you have to do is to protect yourself. You don't need to care about other things, and you don't have the ability to care about them. Although He Tian Tian understood this truth, she was still depressed because of her powerlessness. If possible, He Tian Tian doesn't want to know the truth. In fact, being confused may not be entirely a bad thing. Hey! He sighed sweetly and came back with a big basin filled with Chinese cabbage. During lunch, He Tian Tian learned from other villagers that the two people had been rescued in the commune hospital and were no longer in serious condition. In the afternoon, the commune sent many police officers from the police station to deal with the matter. Those people were even more aggressive, wearing heavy waterproof rubber clothing to fish out things from the bottom of the water. People in Kijia village also stopped working and ran over to watch. He Tian Tian had been feeling uneasy, so she went over to take a look. It was a stone statue of a whirling turtle the size of a millstone, with densely packed runes on its thick carapace. He Tian Tian actually saw 2 lines of water in the eyes of the mythical beast stone statue. It didn't look like river water, but instead looked like 2 lines of tears shed by the stone statue. Hey! Snake King sighed, these humans really don't know how high the sky is and how high it is. If you do evil in heaven, you can still live. If you do evil on your own, you can't live. He Tian Tian heard the Snake King sighing and asked quickly, Snake King, next year's drought is destined to be unchangeable. It's not just next year's severe drought, Snake King said quietly, next year's severe drought is just a small punishment. After next year, Daowen County will still be a good place with fertile land and good weather. But they dug out the stone statues of mythical beasts. Without the stone statues of mythical beasts, this place will become a remote place with frequent disasters. He Tian Tian was very shocked. Since the drought in her previous life, the land here was no longer fertile. The rivers often overflowed and flooded the surrounding crops. In addition, during the more than 20 years He Tian Tian lived here, there were 2 earthquakes. Daowen County has changed from a place with beautiful scenery to a place prone to disasters. In Daowen County, people with a little bit of ability take their families and leave here to settle down elsewhere, or settle in cities. Could it be that people dug up stone statues of river protecting mythical beasts? He Tian Tian hates Ji Jiangguo and her family, but He Tian Tian does not hate this place, so she hopes that Daowen County can still have good weather and good harvests. Snake King, will you save the local people? He Tian Tian said, you are the omnipotent Snake King, and it is your fate that you are here. Besides, you also said, doing more good deeds will be of great benefit to you. This time you can save many lives and gain a lot of merit. It will be of great benefit to you, me, and everyone. He Tian Tian remembered what the Snake King said before and hoped to get help from the Snake King. Even if we cannot avoid the severe drought next year, we should not turn Daowen County, a place like a peach blossom garden, into a barren land. Hey, you are making things difficult for me, Snake King said helplessly, carefully considering He Tian's words. There is a saying that is right, everything depends on fate. This happened to him, maybe it was his chance? The Snake King did not answer, but was calculating. Where there is a desperate situation, there will be a turning point. Could this turning point be between He Tian Tian and him? He Tian Tian heard the looseness in the Snake King's words and felt that things were not hopeless. This is a monthly pass of 220 plus, and at 2 p.m. there is a monthly pass of 240 plus. Oops, there are so few votes, and there are enough manuscripts. Those of you who have votes, please vote quickly. Oh, mathematical intersection symbol. Mathematical intersection symbol, oh haha. The Sweetness of the 70s. Author, Chi Sing Cao. Chapter 89. For some reason, He Tian could actually feel the sadness emanating from that stone statue. King Snake, now that the stone statue of the mythical beast is about to be pulled away, what can we do to keep the stone statue of the mythical river guardian beast? He Tian asked hurriedly. If we drag it any longer, the stone statue of the mythical river guardian beast will be pulled away. The Snake King felt that He Tian was too naive and asked, "Are you capable of persuading these people not to take away the stone statue of the river guardian beast?" He Tian was stunned and shook his head. "You can't do it." "What can I, a Snake King who has not recovered his superpower, do?" the Snake King said helplessly. "Anyway, you and I will leave here in the future. This place has nothing to do with you. Whether it is good or bad here has nothing to do with you. What is the relationship?" He Tian was hesitant. The Snake King was right, she was destined to leave here, but why was she still so sad? He Tian's mind flashed that Daowen County, which was originally like a paradise, had become a barren land, and she was heartbroken. She didn't want that to happen, let alone see the people who were kind to her in Kijia village being displaced, so she said firmly, "If you can't do it now, it doesn't mean you can't do it in the future. King Snake, I don't ask you to help me put the stone statue of the river guardian beast into the river now. I just hope you can talk to the stone statue of the mythical beast and let it wait for me for a few years. I will find a way to return it to its original place, hoping that it will not resent the local people." "Hey, why is this damn girl so stubborn? Forget it, since it was God's will to let it happen, let's just go with He Tian's wish. When the stone statue passes you later, put your left hand on the head of the stone turtle statue," King Snake said, sealing the spell on the stone statue of the turtle, making the stone statue with primary consciousness forget all this. Wait until He Tian is able to send the stone statue back to a distant place, and then restore its memory. When the revolving turtle stone statue passed by He Tian, the stone statue actually blinked its eyes. This was the rhythm of becoming a spirit. He Tian put her left hand on the turtle's head while no one was paying attention. The turtle statue no longer shed tears, but closed its eyes gently. The four people carrying the stone statue suddenly felt that the stone statue in their hands was much lighter. "You little girl, let go quickly. You are poisoned and your whole body is black. You are the one crying," a middle-aged man carrying the stone statue quickly scolded him and reached out to pat He Tian's arm. He Tian had no choice but to retract her hand, smiled, did not dare to speak, and shrank behind the crowd. After hearing the news, several old men came and threw themselves to the ground, howling and crying, angrily scolding the villagers for not stopping them, and had people pull away the stone statue of the river guardian beast. He Tian sighed in her heart, but she couldn't talk about these things outside, and she felt very melancholy. He Tian also wanted to ask the Snake King something, but now she was confused and at a loss, so she didn't want to ask any more and would talk about it later. Human beings always have to pay the price for their own willful actions. "Sister Tian, you were so bold just now. You are not afraid of being poisoned. I heard from my dad that the two people who were sent to the hospital were as black as the bottom of a pot," Chi Xiao Yan said, looking at He Tian up and down. "Tian is fine, so I feel relieved." He Tian raised her left hand, and she could still vaguely feel the stone statue of the river guardian beast turning from cold to warm. Her heart was turning over and over again, and she said faintly, "I'm fine. If something is wrong, it should be everyone." "What?" "Sister Tian, what did you say? I didn't hear clearly." He Tian's voice was very low just now. Chi Xiao Yan didn't hear clearly, and asked hurriedly. He Tian smiled dryly and said, I just said it's okay, you don't have to worry about me. It's okay now, we have to go back to work. Just to watch the excitement, the pots and pans were not cleaned yet. In the afternoon, He Tian was washing the dishes while thinking about what happened in the morning. All this exceeded her knowledge, but all this also made He Tian full of awe of the unknown world. Kijia village completed the river work as scheduled. Director Chen personally brought people to inspect, praised Secretary Chi and the villagers of Kijia village for their labor achievements on the spot, and presented a banner. As for the subsequent rewards, they will also be sent to Kijia village after the entire river work is completed. After completing the task, the villagers of Kijia village drove home with smiles on their faces and took away a large number of fish and shrimps from the river. Chi Xiao Yan asked in a low voice on the way, Sister Tian, I just heard Director Chen and my dad said that the stone turtle that was taken away last time was placed next to the newly built Citizen Square. Many children like to ride the turtle. He Tian felt sad after hearing this. Hey, that is the stone statue of the river guardian beast that blesses the people. Now it can't go back into the water, it has to be exposed in the sun, and being ridden by children is really humiliating to it. Oh, that's a pity. It's fine if you put it in the river. Why do you have to dig it out? He Tian muttered dissatisfied. I heard from the old man that this is a stone statue of a sacred beast that protects the river. I'm not afraid of violating it taboo. If possible, steal the statue back and put it in the river. Not to mention the long distance, He Tian couldn't move the 200 to 300 kilograms of things without the help of the Snake King. Chi Xiao Yan looked around, and when she saw no one, she whispered, keep your voice down, you can say this. If others hear it, just wait and write the inspection. Seeing Chi Xiao Yan so worried, He Tian smiled and said, I won't say anything anymore, that is, I will say a few words in front of you. Don't say it in front of anyone. Be careful in the future and don't get carried away, Chi Xiao Yan said. Her parents emphasized in front of her over and over again that she should not speak unabashedly or let disaster come from her mouth. He Tian nodded repeatedly. In order to prevent Chi Xiao Yan from talking non-stop, she quickly changed the topic and said, Xiao Yaner, it's time to have some free time, and there is no work in the village. If you want to learn music, you can do it every day. Follow me to find Professor Wang, and she will teach you formal music theory knowledge. This is an additional update for the monthly pass of 240. At 6 p.m., there is still a monthly pass of 260 plus. Keep asking for monthly votes. The Sweetness of the 70s. Author, Chi Sing Cao. Chapter 90. Chapter 90 Apprenticeship and Learn Skills, monthly ticket 260 plus. As expected, talking about learning music diverted all Chi Xiao Yan's attention. Sister Tian, I forgot to tell you. I wrote to my second brother as you said. My second brother said that next year their army will indeed recruit a group of art soldiers. But not in the commune. But in Hawaii City. If you want to sign up, you can only go to the city. Chi Xiao Yan said that Hawaii City is far away and she is worried that her parents will not support her going. What are the conditions or restrictions? He Tian asked. As long as he can be admitted, his future will be bright. If it were in Daowen County, Village Chief Chi might still be able to find some connections. We are in Hawaii City now, so Village Chief Chi probably won't be able to help. Although my brother said in his letter that all children of workers, peasants and soldiers can sign up, but everyone also knows that the girls in the city are prettier than me, know better than me, and can sing well, so I don't think I have much hope. Chi Xiao Yan's voice became louder. The younger I get, the more disappointed I feel. He Tian wanted to change Chi Xiao Yan's fate, so avoiding Li Mingkai and sending Chi Xiao Yan out of Kijia village was the best way. Li Mingkai only left after the college entrance examination. As long as the two were separated, Chi Xiao Yan's tragedy might not have happened. Xiao Yan, believe me, your voice is very beautiful. As long as you study hard, you can sing better than them. You are beautiful, much prettier than those girls in the city, and almost the same as me. He Tian praised, and she also praised herself unconsciously. He. Chi Xiao Yan covered her mouth and smiled. She didn't expect Tian to be so narcissistic. But Sister Tian is so beautiful, the most beautiful girl she has ever seen. Haha. He Tian was also happy. I'm telling you the truth, I'm from the city, and I know what the girls in the city are like. Just listen to me, you're right. Chi Xiao Yan was moved and nodded. Since I have the opportunity, I will naturally seize it. If I work hard and are not admitted, I will accept it. If I don't participate, then there will be no chance at all. Yes, come on, let's work hard together, He Tian said. If she hadn't been tone deaf, she would have wanted to try it. Starting tomorrow, most villagers can rest. However, He Tian is in the livestock team and has to clean the cattle pen every day. But there were a few old people around, so Aunt Lu went over to work. Keeping the kindness of these people in mind, she rushed to work, cleaned up, and usually sat for a while before going home. There is one work point a day, and as long as the work can be done well, the village will never interfere with the affairs of the livestock team. Chi Xiao Yan comes here with He Tian every day and secretly finds Professor Wang. Professor Wang, when I was a child, I remember hearing my grandfather say that you used to give music elective courses to students in school, He Tian asked cautiously, hoping that Professor Wang would not deny it. In fact, He Tian didn't know it from her grandfather, but Professor Wang told He Tian in his previous life. If you don't deny it, then Chi Xiao Yan's learning from Professor Wang may be successful. If they were to deny it outright, it would be hard for them to let a battered old man teach them music. Professor Wang looked up at He Tian, then at Chi Xiao Yan, and asked with a smile, "Is it Xiao Yaner who wants to learn?" She was the one who asked. Professor Wang should have asked her now. He Tian asked in confusion, "Professor Wang, why didn't you say that I wanted to learn?" Haha. Professor Wang smiled, "The little songs you hum casually while working are not in tune. Didn't you recognize that what I was humming was Purple Bamboo tune?" He Tian looked embarrassed. Although she ran away, it wasn't so unpleasant. "Ah, is that Zizo tune? I thought it was tea picking song." Professor Wang was too upright and made another stab at He Tian. "Professor Wang," He Tian almost cried. That was her best Purple Bamboo tune. It was actually regarded as a tea-picking song, and her tune traveled thousands of miles. Actually, you don't have to be sad. It's a matter of talent. Your grandpa Gu is also tone-deaf. Although he can't sing, it doesn't affect your appreciation of music, your own entertainment, and your improvement of your own cultivation. Seeing He Tian's deflated look, Professor Wang comforted. Chi Xiao Yan covered her mouth on the side, worried that she would laugh. "Do you want to learn?" Professor Wang looked at Chi Xiao Yan. When it came to teaching, Professor Wang was very serious. This is an excellent quality for a teacher. Chi Xiao Yan nodded and said, "Yes, Professor Wang, I want to study music and take part in the literary and art examination next year." Professor Wang said earnestly, "As long as you are willing to learn, I will teach you. I only have one request, you cannot expose me. He Tian, my heart is sour, and I feel so helpless as a teacher." Chi Xiao Yan nodded seriously and said, "Professor Wang, I am learning skills from you, my master. I am not a heartless person, and I will definitely not expose you. No matter whether I can succeed or not, I will be grateful to you. Even if I am discovered by others, I will not expose you. Yes, I learned it myself, and the songs we sang were revolutionary songs promoted by the state, and no one could say anything. He Tian listened and said, "Yes, Professor Wang, if we use revolutionary songs as examples, it will be fine. My motherland, we walk on the road." "Okay then," Professor Wang agreed. "Xiao Yan'er, you sing a few words and I'll listen." When other people in the courtyard heard Professor Wang's words, they all looked over to hear Qi Xiaoyan sing. When Qi Xiaoyan saw everyone looking over her, her face turned red and she was embarrassed. "You will be singing in front of examiners and the public in the future, so you can't be nervous or shy," He Tian encouraged, patiently encouraging for her good sister. Qi Xiaoyan listened to He Tian's encouragement and thought about it. If she was embarrassed in front of familiar people, wouldn't she be even more embarrassed to sing in front of other people? "Then I will sing my motherland which I learned in school." Qi Xiaoyan took a deep breath. "A big river with wide waves, the wind blows the fragrance of rice flowers on both sides." Qi Xiaoyan's voice is gentle, light, and thorough. Although there are flaws in her skills, her feelings are sincere, and the song is full of love for the motherland. However, Professor Wang cried with tears in her eyes. Listening to the song reminded her of studying abroad. The country needed mathematical talents. For the sake of national construction, she resolutely returned to China and participated in the calculation of some important projects. No matter how hard or tired it was, it didn't matter, because it was for the motherland and for the millions of people in New China. Even now that her overseas relations have been affected, she still does not regret giving up the generous treatment abroad and returning to China. Not for anything else, just because this is her motherland, just because she is Chinese. She loves the blue bricks and red tiles of her hometown. She loves the small bridges and flowing water of her hometown. She loves the laughter of her hometown. This is a monthly ticket of 260 plus, keep asking for votes. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. The Sweetness of the Seventies. Author, Qi Xing Cao. Chapter 91. Old Man by Old Man Qi, Zoli, and Xiang Rong listened to the singing, and their thoughts returned to the prosperous years before. When the country is in danger and the people are in dire straits, someone must pick up the sword and carry the gun to defend the country that is riddled with holes. They spent countless blood and countless heads in exchange for a new life and ushered in a powerful new country. Now there is no war. Those who only know how to fight and do not understand politics are marginalized and excluded. However, their sincerity has not changed. Even though they are in a very poor situation now, it is good to see that the people can have enough to eat and live a stable life. They have resentments, but not hatred. Qi Xiaoyan's singing voice was very contagious and moved everyone to tears. "You have a good voice, good feelings, and you have a talent for singing," Professor Wang murmured. "Come, I will teach you how to read staff, study hard, and you will have great achievements in the future." Qi Xiaoyan rubbed her hands and said nervously, "I didn't bring a pen and paper." "No need for paper and pen, use your eyes, ears, brain, and heart." Professor Wang took a wooden stick, drew a staff on the ground, and explained the most basic music knowledge to Qi Xiaoyan. Qi Xiaoyan listened carefully and kept it in mind. Sometimes she might draw inferences from one example and ask questions about things she didn't understand. He Tian watched from the side and admired in her heart that Qi Xiaoyan did have a talent for learning music. Qi Xiaoyan studied music with Professor Wang and may have another career in the future. As for what will happen to He Tian in the future, she doesn't know. Apart from the protection of the Snake King, and the fact that she is more diligent and good-looking, she seems to have no other advantages. He Tian felt disappointed, and suddenly flashed into her mind that she had seen the handsome old man Huo Yingjia, the richest man in Su province, her childhood sweetheart and current boyfriend, on the big screen for the last time in her previous life. She has no strengths, but Huo Yingja does. As long as she takes down Huo Yingja, she won't have to worry about anything in the future. At this time, He Tian must not know that there is a sentence in the world that fits her thoughts very well: men conquer the world, women conquer men, and by analogy, women can also conquer the world. After thinking about it, He Tian stopped thinking about it. From then on, Chi Xiaoyan often came to the livestock team with He Tian. Chi Xiaoyan could learn a lot of useful professional music knowledge every day. As time passed, Chi Fangfang also discovered something fishy. Why does Chi Xiaoyan often go to the animal husbandry team? So when she had free time, she and He Tian and Chi Xiaoyan came to play with livestock. When Chi Fangfang came, He Tian stopped letting Professor Wang teach Chi Xiaoyan. Although Chi Xiaoyan was puzzled, she thought about Chi Fangfang's small thoughts and that Chi Fangfang's grandma and mother were both loudmouthed. She vaguely understood what was going on, so she didn't ask He Tian and just helped He Tian work. In order to facilitate the feeding of fodder, the livestock team members must cut the fodder into small sections of about 5 or 6 centimeters, and then put them in sacks for easy access. It has been kept in a pile outside. If it rains or snows, it will be difficult to save and use it. Chi Xiaoyan helped He Tian work. Chi Fangfang sat aside to rest and secretly looked at He Tian. Chi Xiaoyan, is Chi Xiaoyan really here to help He Tian work? Not doing anything else? Chi Fangfang didn't believe it and had always been skeptical. Chi Fangfang followed He Tian for 3 days in a row. Chi Fangfang couldn't bear it anymore and asked Chi Xiaoyan in private, "Xiaoyan, you always go to work for Sister Tian? The livestock team is so there are so many people, it's not your turn to work, what are you going to do? How about we go to the movies together?" Chi Xiaoyan smiled and said, "Haha, I had nothing to do at home and was very bored, so I thought of playing with Sister Tian. Do you want to go? It's Wang Jiakan's turn to show a movie. If we go early, we can still get a good seat," Chi Fangfang suggested. "Call Sister Tian and let's go together." Wangjia village? That's very far away. It's 8 miles away. Anyway, we'll arrive at Hujia village in a few days, and then it's our village's turn. I won't go that far to watch a movie. Chi Xiaoyan refused, asking if her parents I will go, brother. My sister-in-law has children, so she won't go either. If he goes with Chi Fangfang, Chi Jiangguo, Chi Fangfang's brother, will definitely go too. He Tian hates Chi Jiangguo so much that he will definitely not go. Why don't you have any fun at all? You're like a little old lady, Chi Fangfang complained. Go ahead and call Sister Tian, and I'll treat you to some melon seeds. Sister Tian has to work in the livestock team during the day, and then travel so far to watch a movie at night. How tiring it is. Moreover, she will arrive at Hujia village and our village soon. There is no need to travel so far. If you don't believe it, if so, you can ask Sister Tian, she will definitely not go. If she doesn't go, I won't go either, Chi Xiaoyan argued. Okay, I'm home, you should go home quickly, it's getting late. I won't invite you to sit at home. Chi Fangfang felt depressed when she saw Chi Xiaoyan closing the door. Now Chi Xiaoyan has become smarter and can't be fooled anymore. They are all that He Tian, the weird one, and the eldest brother likes He Tian like a man possessed, but He Tian doesn't look down on the excellent eldest brother at all. This made Chi Fangfang very angry, which is one of the reasons why Chi Fangfang has been sparing no effort to support her brother in pursuing He Tian. Chi Fangfang returned home dejectedly and remained silent. What's wrong with you? Is someone bullying you? Chi's mother was the most protective of her shortcomings and loved this old girl. In Chi's mother's heart, her daughter has always been very good. If she is unhappy today, she must have been wronged outside. Chi Fangfang drank water and still didn't speak. Did Xiaoyan buy something good again? Do you want it too? Chi's mother asked. Is it expensive? I have 1 yuan and 50 cents here. Your elder brother gave it to me. If you want it, I will give it to you purchase. Chi Fangfang was moved when she saw her mother like this, but at the same time she was also very sour. Except for her family, everyone else was fake. When He Tiantian married into their family, Chi Fangfang would also instigate her mother not to be too good to He Tiantian. Who made He Tiantian so difficult to pursue? Mom, I'm fine. I just saw that Chi Xiaoyan and He Tiantian have a good relationship. They spend the whole day together and don't take me to play. Chi Fangfang muttered, saying that Chi Xiaoyan and He Tiantian were isolated from her. Chi Fangfang was right. He Tiantian and Chi Xiaoyan were indeed isolating Chi Fangfang because neither of them liked Chi Fangfang. If they don't want to play with you, you won't be done with them. One or two of them look like vixens. They seduced your brother at such an old age, but he just doesn't agree with your second aunt on a blind date. Chi's mother complained, not even a little bit. He didn't like He Tiantian. I don't know what happened to your brother, but he just liked that little vixen He Tiantian. His skin is whiter and his eyes are bigger. What's so great about him? He's so thin, it must be hard to have children. If He Tiantian heard Chi's mother's words here, she would definitely curse. It's your son who can't have children, not her. He Tiantian. The Sweetness of the 70s. Author, Chi Xing Cao. Chapter 92. White skin. Eyes bigger? Of course it's amazing, this is what Chi Fangfang has always wanted. She has always been very envious, even jealous of He Tiantian. Chi Xiaoyan can have fair skin, big eyes, and slender figure. She doesn't eat much and doesn't do much work, but why is she so fat and her face so dark? It's not fair, God is not fair. Actually very fair. What you look like is given by your parents, not decided by yourself. As for fatness or thinness, it can be changed, but Chi Fangfang does not have the perseverance to persevere. If you can't keep your mouth shut and can't move your legs, it's weird that you can lose weight. Mom, don't talk about my brother like that. Chi Fangfang spoke for her elder brother. If I were a boy, I would also like He Tiantian. She is beautiful, has a good family background, is literate, and is very polite. Although Chi Fangfang was jealous of He Tiantian, she had to admit that He Tiantian was very good, much better than the girls in the countryside. She was not as good as He Tiantian. Hey, Chi's mother shook her head, both of you are worried. I have met He Tiantian several times. He is a shrewd person. His eyes seem to be able to talk. They are charming and charming. Girl, why would you like us country people? He Tiantian is lukewarm towards you. He probably just doesn't like your elder brother, so he is avoiding you. In other words, you are such a stubborn girl, and you have been doing this for your elder brother. Put your hot face on someone else's cold ass. Mom. Chi Fangfang looked embarrassed. It's disgusting to put your hot face on someone's cold ass. Why can't you say it? It is, Chi's mother muttered, except for Secretary Chi's home in Kijia village, our family is respectable. Your brother graduated from high school, you graduated from junior high school, and your second uncle also said, if there is a quota recommended for college in the future, it will be reserved for your elder brother. Your brother is very capable. Your aunt also said that if there is an opportunity to recruit workers in the county, I will definitely get you there. From now on, my son and daughter will be there. People from the city. Also, when I saw the mean look of that little vixen He Tiantian, I became very angry. She doesn't like our family, but I don't like theirs. Seeing that her mother was angry, Chi Fangfang quickly gave her a bowl of water and said, Mom, don't be angry. He Tiantian is young after all. Anyway, there is a long way to go. I will definitely win over He Tiantian in the future. If you train her well, I promise become an obedient little daughter-in-law. Are you really stupid, or are you pretending to be stupid? Chi's mother took a few sips of water and stretched out her rough fingers to point at Chi Fang's acne-covered forehead. The girl your aunt introduced is from the county. The little girl is a nurse in a commune hospital and is a state employee. She is attracted by your brother. It will be much easier for your brother to work in the city. I heard that the girl's uncle is an official in the county. Maybe we can also get you to work as a worker in the factory. You will be paid for life, and you will not have to worry about food and drink. Chi Fang listened to her mother's words and had a small thought in her heart. He Tian had a good family background, and that was in the past. Now he Tian is not working in the countryside, mowing grass and cleaning the feces and urine in the livestock team all day long, which is very dirty. I don't know how he Tian, a city girl, can do it. It is estimated that he Tian does a lot of work at home and is not a favored one at home. Mom, can you really get my brother and me to work in the county? Chi Fang asked cautiously. She didn't want to be in the countryside anymore. She wanted to go to the city. She wanted to be stronger than Chi Xiaoyan, he Tian. Chi's mother said confidently, that's natural, that girl is average looking. During the Mid-Autumn Festival, your brother gave some gifts to your aunt and cousin, and happened to meet that girl. The girl took a liking to your brother at first sight and said that as long as he agreed this marriage, your brother's work and your work will be settled by the girl's family. My brother is awesome, Chi Fang said happily. If my brother agrees, I will also be a girl in the city from now on. But, it's just that my brother has a very high vision and looks down on girls with average looks. Chi's mother was also very worried, and sighed, your brother will come back later, and we will try to persuade him together. He Tian is beautiful, but it can't help our family, and it might even drag us down. How can there be a hospital? The girl there is great, the benefits are real, visible, and tangible. Okay, I'll give it a try. If it doesn't work, Mom, don't be angry. My brother is destined to have a great future, and there will be many opportunities in the future. Chi Fang admires her brother very much and doesn't want her mother and brother to have conflicts because of this matter. Although she wanted to get such an opportunity, she knew that her eldest brother was a very stubborn person and she could not reverse his decision, not even her mother could. After a while, Chi Jiangguo came back from outside pushing his bicycle. Brother, you're back. Chi Fang came out and saw a pocket on her brother's bicycle. She moved it up and took it off. Brother, what's in this pocket? I repaired things in Qinjia village and gave me some rice, Chi Jiangguo said with a smile. The branch secretary of Qinjia village was quite generous. He actually gave him 8 kilograms of rice, which was enough for the family to eat for a while. Grandma Chi came out with her little feet tapping. When she saw the small bag of rice, she kept staring at the rice bag in Chi Fang's hand and said proudly, my eldest grandson is so awesome. Grandma will make porridge for you tomorrow. Grandma, drink more, Chi Jiangguo said, not wanting grandma and mother to have conflicts over this little food. Grandma, take this rice. Grandma makes the best porridge at home. When Grandma Chi heard this, she smiled even more so that the chrysanthemums bloomed on her face, her toothless mouth opened and closed, and she smiled again, my eldest grandson is so nice when he speaks. Grandma likes it? Fang, why don't you give me the rice bag, come over. Chi Fang lowered her head and reluctantly sent the rice bag to Grandma's house. After Grandma Chi entered the house, she invited everyone to have dinner. In this family, Grandma Chi's rule is that she cannot serve dinner until her eldest grandson comes back. After dinner, Chi's mother called Chi Jiangguo into the hall and told him about the second aunt in the city and the marriage. Which nurse? Chi Jiangguo had no impression. He went to the hospital, but he didn't talk to any nurse. You almost knocked someone down, that nurse. Chi's mother had never seen it before, so she could only describe it based on her sister's words and let her son think about it, hoping that he would agree to the marriage. Chi Jiangguo went through it carefully in his mind, and his heart skipped a beat, remembering that the last time he went to the hospital, he almost knocked down a nurse. The nurse was young, quite tall, and in good shape, but her face was pockmarked. I guess the adults didn't notice the sequelae of chickenpox when she was a child. No, Chi Jiangguo refused directly, absolutely unwilling to live with a pockmarked face for the rest of his life. Today's second update of the basics, there will be a monthly pass of 280 plus at 12 o'clock. Keep asking for votes, the double monthly ticket is about to end, I'm about to be caught up, I'm so sad.